here I am, and here I am, and I'm questioning everything. Guys, I'm going through something right now, and I'm trying to smile through it, but and maybe it's because I work in the mental health space, like my business is in the mental health space, but when I have situations like what I'm going through right now, I wonder if I'm even supposed to be doing this. Because how did I end up here? I wonder how I ended up here. I wonder how I ended up here. That's I don't know. When I became this person that dissociates so bad, because I have all these amazing things going on in my life, and then there's this one part that is extremely dark that I just choose to not acknowledge. And I look, I'm like, how am I supposed to help people fall in love with their trauma? And I fell in love with a lot of it, but this part is still, or was still, very evident in my life. And I shouldn't say evident because people didn't know. Some people thought, there's a couple people who are really close to me that had questions, but they didn't know for sure. And I feel like I know that this was the right decision for me and my son. But I don't like the fear that was coming along with it and the anxiety that comes along with it. Being afraid to walk outside by myself or go anywhere by myself, or not knowing if my son is going to be at the daycare when I go pick him up, or not knowing if everything's going to be right at the house. I don't like that part. So now I filed for a protective order, and I go for my hearing tomorrow, and I had to look back at pictures of what I look like. And I don't know how did I end up here? Or why did I choose to ignore all signs? There were signs 3 years ago. And it was like I was watching myself be this one person that's like not taking no crap from nobody in this situation. Like mentally, I'm like, this cannot continue, because if it's happening verbally to this extent, then it has no choice but to become physical at another point. And then on the same side, I'm like, well, maybe it won't happen again. he didn't mean it. He said sorry. He, you know, it won't happen again because he said it won't happen again. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how I got here. It's not my place to figure it out. I'm not sure how I got here or why I put my feelings to the side as much as I did. Because my feelings do matter. They do matter. And I know that. But everything I did in this situation, they didn't matter. Everything that I did until I had no choice but to leave was me putting myself last. And that's not like me. It's not. So my reality is now that I have been in an abusive relationship for 3 years. It didn't become physically abusive until January of 2025. It's now August, almost September, and I have left my home with my son in very limited clothing. I can always go back, and I'm thankful I can go back to the house and get my stuff. But now I'm filing a protective order for my son, for me and my son. And I don't want to have to uproot him from everything that he knows, like our home and his school, and our regular routine. But that's what the reality is. He's not safe where he is. We weren't safe. And it's scary watching somebody that you care about turn into this person that you don't even recognize anymore. I don't. I don't know. And I keep smiling because I'm trying to stop myself from going into a full-blown anxiety attack. Because I've been having them back to back since Friday night. And I can't keep living my life like that. I can't, because it makes it hard for me to function after that. Whatever left has caused me to say it's well, it is well with my soul. It is well, it is well with my soul.